What's up guys, I'm Nathan and in this video I will be showing you the updated All-Star Tower Defense X tier list with the new Chrollo and summer event. So to make it a lot better for you guys, I'm leaving the old template here and all I'll be doing is adding in new characters every single time they're added. Let me know if you prefer this or if you want me to explain every character all over again. First up, let's go with some changes that we have to the previous tier list. Chrollo is a character that I missed adding earlier, but he is definitely going into S tier quite comfortably. He is a staple in most trial runs, so he's going to be there. S tier, as always, is meta. A tier is the characters that are close to meta, definitely usable, but not a must-have. B tier is going to be the average characters, wouldn't really recommend using them. C tier is just the straight up bad characters. Another change I want to make is Aaron's going in A tier and Whitebeard is going top of B tier. Whitebeard's relevance just got crushed by a new character, Killua. I'll talk about him later. Aaron, I didn't have him at the time of making the previous video, but the thing is, Aaron is pretty good in the sense his placement is quite nice. He gets full Aaron placement and he's pretty good as a starter unit. Another thing is Ace did get buffed. That's going to put him quite a bit higher in A tier. Essentially the only thing that got buffed is his AoE, but that's pretty good because this AoE was quite horrible before. Another character that I missed from before is going to be Akenu. Akenu is easily going to end up in S tier because, well, he just does so much damage. He has good damage on base. He has an ability which does even more damage, and he burns, and burn does stack. So overall, Akenu is just a very good character. Next up, we have our new characters. The first one being the new Unbound unit, Chrollo. Just like Kukushibo, same rarity, you get it from the banner with a very low chance. Chrollo is of course going to end up in S tier. Now, in terms of DPS, he does do quite well. He's actually one of the higher DPS characters in the game with 4 placements, high range, and pretty much everything about him is really good. But what makes him very special is going to be his ability. His ability essentially is a nuke. It unfortunately does not affect bosses, which I think does hurt him a little bit, but he is able to nuke enemies with 62% of his damage times the number of seconds that they have been in his range. And this is very OP because you can time stop units within his range, and he is pretty much going to be able to one-shot everything. He's going to essentially function as a staller in infinite mode. That is what I assume because he only has a one-time usage. I think the best trait is probably going to end up being All-Star because you can only use his ability once, and with All-Star your base damage is going to be a lot higher. I'm not 100% sure if you can use it once on each character because I don't have him, and the only showcases I've seen for him are the All-Star ones. But regardless, he just has an amazing ability. Crocodile is going to end up being a bit low on S tier. Speaking of which, I'm moving Sung Jin Woo and Zeke down to top A tier. They are both very good, but not really meta. Crocodile is going to be quite a bit higher. The thing is, Crocodile is only a raw DPS character. He has nothing special going for him. He's not able to hit airs. He's got an okay circle AoE, only 3 placements, but his DPS is very high, and just because of his DPS, he is getting carried into S tier. I think he's actually going to be a bit less useful compared to Ulquera, but he is a good unit if you get him. I don't think you really need to get him, but he has high DPS. The next character we have is Gyu Tomioka. He's actually got, out of the firework units, he's definitely one of the better ones. He's got pretty high range, reasonable DPS with 4 placements. He's got a pretty good line AoE. It's not atrociously narrow. Unfortunately, he's just a raw DPS character and only able to hit ground units, which is going to set him back and put him somewhere around A tier, right about there. Still a very nice character to have. Another character, this is one of the best characters that I would say to go for from this update. That's going to be Killua. So Killua is going to be right about here. He essentially is who made Whitebeard even more irrelevant than he already was, because Killua is kind of a monster of a unit. He is quite cheap actually for a 5-star. Generally, a lot of characters cost a lot more. Killua is costing just about 40,000. He is a heal unit which already adds value. In terms of DPS, I would say he is about A tier. His DPS isn't amazing. It's definitely above average and he only has 3 placements. But he is a heal unit that's adding value and he is full AoE. And full AoE is always a massive thing to have. Additionally, he has the shock status effect which does damage over time, making his DPS a bit better and stuns enemies. Unfortunately, you cannot time stop enemies that are currently having the stun status effect, but if you're not running a time stopper, Killua is just really strong for pretty much everything. So he's definitely one of the recommended characters I'd say to go for within this update. Next up we have Kisame, the Shark Ninja. He's got okay damage, pretty mid-range, a decent core AoE, 4 placements as all the other 5 units have. He's going to be pretty much A tier. I would put him as being worse than these guys. His DPS isn't bad enough for me to put in B tier. I think he still can put out some damage, but he's not that great. Next up we have Mercury Guardian, who is pretty much an upgrade over Eren. She costs 50 yen lesser than Eren and has slightly more DPS than him on placement. Maxed out Mercury Guardian is pretty mid, but on placement she does have full AoE, which is the one thing which Eren is used for. That's pretty much it for the tier list, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have anything you disagree with at all, let me know in the comments. I will make the changes in the pinned comment and also reflect it in the next tier list just like I did for this one. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya!